Hello ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome back to CollectioNeo. Yes, it's Alex and I'm here for another review, and today we have xmstudios Dragon Tiger Gate / Oriental Heroes Shibumi. Now, if you didn't watch my Ultimate Swordsman review, go and check that out. About the first 10-15 minutes of that, I go through a bunch of stuff about Hong Kong comics, what I've read, what I haven't read, what I like about the genre, what I like about the aesthetic and why I buy these statues. It's about the first 10-15 minutes. I'll link in the description or put an annotation on here if I remember, so you can go and check that out before you watch the rest of this review if you like. If not, stick with me and we'll go over Shibumi. He's got a lot of swap outs. He's a really well done statue, as usual from XM, and they've pretty much knocked this one out the park. So as usual from XM, we'll start off. You get your big book. Big thick book on big thick paper. Same sort of stuff, XM Studios, our pride and joy. All the statue as it's boxed if you ever want to put it away. Some lovely pictures of Shibumi himself. Some different setups for Shibumi, and then we get this huge picture in the middle, and this. So I don't know a lot about Shibumi because the comics, when they were translating, never got that far. So we will read, or I will read, the blurb, the XM, because you know I've got a beautiful reading voice. Leaping from the pages of Hong Kong's famous cartoonist Tony Wong comic book, The New Dragon Tiger Gate, comes one of the most iconic villain character, Shibumi. Now I am reading this verbatim, so it might be a bit Englishy, but that's what we like. As the main arch-enemy of Dragon Tiger Gate heroes, this powerful villain's martial arts is believed to be the highest in the comics currently. He is the leader of Japan's largest organised crime sect, Evil Ghost, and believed to be the reincarnation of Evil Ghost himself. Shibumi was not born evil and domineering. Under the mask he is a man full of love and hatred. Even under constant pressure by his foster father, he is still unwilling to kill his biological father. His love for his cousin Jade is rather confusing too. He is loved by the comic fans as one of the most legendary villains of all time. Now, I don't know the comic, but from what I've seen of pages and that, it looks ridiculous in it. So we got real name, Nishihiro, Yu. Internal strength, Yi Jin Jiang, black level. This is my favourite part about Hong Kong comics, these ridiculous names that they give the styles and stances and moves. Martial arts, Boheed Harmer Ruin. Excellent. Fire Dragon Palm, which I'm guessing that's what we've got in at the moment. Aggressive Kicks. And Six God Cast. Fantastic. Family, West Hope, adoptive. Jianmo, real father, is dead. And Jade, cousin. Main enemy, Tiger Wong, Dragon Wong, Turbo Shack, and many others. So while Ultimate Swordsman, I think, was very much a neutral character, but was really powerful, this guy's pure villain, pure villainy. Now, just going over the main enemies, Tiger Wong, Dragon Wong, Turbo Shack. If you don't know, that's the main three characters from the book, the main heroes. Please, XM, if you do any more of this line, give us Tiger Wong at least. Tiger and Dragon Wong would be so cool, and I imagine you could do amazing things with them. And then the rest of the book is just basically how to set up other things, how to register your statue, and carrying for your collectible. Now this guy does come with a print. You know, I'm not a massive fan of prints. I've mentioned that on my First Figures videos. Artorias, Sith and King all came with print. But on the Ultimate Swordsman one, I did say that the print would go in the frame, and I've yet to do that. But now this one's come, I think I'll frame them both. This one, I think, is the nicest print I have. Mainly because they haven't just done a picture of the statue, which I find a lot of them do, which doesn't really, but this is more of a close-up. Here it is. Not only is the artwork sublime, but I just like that they've focused on the top half of his body and the face and the mask. Really well done. I will be having that one framed. So, onto the statue. He's quarter scale, fully sculpted. This guy, I think, has actually been hand sculpted. So Most of the XM stuff's usually digital, but I think this one has been completely hand sculpted. I think the base definitely has, because the base has got that look that you only get from hand sculpting, I'd say. So we'll go straight down to the base, we'll go over the base, and then I'll come back up, we'll do some swap outs, and we'll see if we can get this video done in under 20 minutes. I doubt it. So I'm going to drop the camera. We've got swap out parts there, so I'm just going to move those. So here, as you can see on this base, you've got a big tiger, a dragon. There's so much going on, so many details, and then it's like been like what's the word when it's like oxidized, like a bronze, but it's like got this jade coating. It's really well done, and it really goes to show that the base hasn't got to be huge. The base hasn't got to be, you know, all singing, all dancing, light up features. Even though I love a fucking light up feature. You know, this is really classy and so well detailed and suits the pose so well. You know, it's a really elegant, simple and classy thing that's going on. And on the side here, you've got like an Oni demon that looks like, and he's like all skulls carved in. There's a real chain here. Let's see. Same on the other side. It's completely different. It's not the same thing as the other side though. It's different, slightly different demon, more skulls. Really, really well done. In fact, let's lower this slightly so we can get in there. Down we go. How's that? I'm going to bring light. Bit too much light? Probably. I'm going to put light back. But as you can see, you've got this awesome demon here. And on the back, it's actually Shibumi's mask with his hair split. The whole base is just a tour de force of sculpting. Really, really well done. It weighs an absolute ton. It feels like it's been carved from marble. Ridiculously heavy. I'm not a fan of heavy statues, and I don't think it warrants to be that heavy, because you've just got a guy in a pretty typical museum pose. But hey ho, if that's what XM want to do, that's what XM want to do. And then the boots, really well done. Like I say, every bit of sculpting on here is fantastic, and the simplicity of the sculpt, because it's like I say, I said on the Ultimate Swordsman video, it's not quite anime aesthetic, it's manga aesthetic, so it's kind of realistic, but still got that anime look. So like the pants have got a real look to them, but it's like clean. And so is the face and other things. A big shout out actually to the jacket on this guy. Not only is the sculpt of the jacket brilliant, but the colours, the reds, the browns, the blacks running through it, really, really well done. And then the purple of the hair, and the colour palette. Obviously, it's been done from what's in the book, but it really pops. You know, and then like the green of the mask with the purple of the hair. It's just magnificently done. Really, really, really nicely done. So what we do get is a bunch of swap outs. So we'll do the first main one, which is the head. Very strong magnets. There's the masthead. All the colours picked out really nice. I have got a bit of a paint over, just over on the mask there, but nothing too bad. The hair is brilliantly sculpted. Purples are picked out perfectly. I love the colours. I absolutely adore the colours. And then the unmasked head. Now this has slightly changed. I do think the paints, they've gone for more like a realistic look, I'd say, but in trying to do a more realistic skin tone, they've kind of made the eyes a bit bigger. And I do think it's lost some of its intensity. It looks much better when it's on the statue and is at an angle like that. Because face on, don't get me wrong, the paints are perfect and the hair is a completely different sculpt than the one on the masthead. But I do, if you go and look at the prototype shot, a little bit of that intensity has been lost. But when it's on, look at that. I think both heads are equally as fantastic. I think the unmasked is a little bit nicer. But overall, I don't think you can go wrong with either of them. So I'm going to square up the camera as best I can. We'll go over some of the switch outs. And we'll save the big two for last. So you do get 3 arms for this side. So these do detach. Now they are keyed in different ways. So this arm will only take that. But you also get a closed fist. And you also get a pair of open palms. Now these open palms, as you can see, the keys are different, so they only go on one side. They originally did, I don't think they were going to include them because they didn't like the look of them. And I think they've just stuck them in anyway, because I'll show you what is originally going to happen and what eventually changed. I think I'm gonna pause between these guys because I don't want to. There's a lot of delicate pieces here, and I don't want to do anything that I'm going to regret. So quick pauses. And back, and as you can see, we've got super awkward hands. Yeah, they just don't work. Obviously, there is other versions that you could put that hand in. So let's try it with this while we're still rolling. So you get 3 arms for his left and 2 arms for his right. One of the left ones is him removing his mask, which we'll get onto in a second. All these hands are pegs and magnets, so they're not going to go anywhere. So there's that one. But the hand just looks awkward. It doesn't work. The other hand looks fine because that's aiming down. But let me just show you the hand holding the mask. So this is the hand holding the mask. So when you've got him unmasked, you can have him holding the mask. Haha! Now, in the original promo shots, this was a separate piece. So that open hand, he could have up like that, which looked cool. But unfortunately, this now is one piece. So you can't, that hand feels useless. But to be honest, I think the open hands and the closed fist will never ever be used, because you're either going to use the mask, the flame, or the staff. And I think the staff is, everyone will display the staff. No one's not going to. I think double flames looks cool, but I do think the staff is the one that people most likely display. It's a huge piece, super well sculpted. This is just like a big piece of metal, like a copper rod, and this piece just goes on the end. Not a great fit for that actually, and there's a lot of weight in there. So what I wouldn't recommend doing is taking this arm off with it attached. Take the staff off before you detach that arm, because this will fall. Trust me. We're going to pause. And there you go with the staff, which I assume is what most people will go for, to be honest. Staff's really nice. It's large. It looks really nice with the unmasked head, especially the hand holding the mask. Really good length to it. Adds a lot of presence to the statue. Very, very nice. Like I say, I think if you do display the masthead, removing this arm, putting the flame hand in is a very good option. I've seen a few people do that. It really works. You've got a lot of nice options of him, and he's very, very, very well done. Let's go a little freehand. I fucking love the hair on it. And that sculpt on that base. Yeah, I'm really, really happy with him. Probably more happy with him than Ultimate Swordsman. The only thing I would have liked is something to display that extra head, or something to, I don't know, I think a little stand to display the extra head, or a torso that you could put, you know, maybe sliced off like that, so you could put one arm on, and I think that would have justified the price more, because this guy was only cost me £50 less than what Ultimate Swordsman cost. So Ultimate Swordsman was 800 quid. This was 750. Now, I think this is probably a better statue. It's the wrong flame hand. I'm trying to do this on the fly. I do think this is probably a better statue. I think it's got more going on. I think the paints are much, much better than Ultimate Swordsman. But you gain a lot of bang for your buck with Ultimate Swordsman. It's a huge fucking piece, which I will show you in a second, because I'm going to take Shibumi over and show them next to each other. But just quick final thoughts before I do that. If you're a Hong Kong comics fan, these two pieces are out of this world. There is no one else doing it, apart from xmstudios, who are doing Storm Riders, and their first piece of Wind looks amazing, Nifeng. I will get that on order eventually. But, you know, I think any Hong Kong comic fan is going to love this. I've seen a lot of people who are buying this who don't know the character, they just like it. I can kind of understand that, but I think, you know, do a little research into who he is and where he comes from and where the whole Hong Kong comics vibe comes from first, and I think you'll appreciate that a bit more. But it's a stunning piece, it really is. And even though it's £50 less, you know, only £50 less than Ultimate Swordsman, it feels kind of more satisfying. I mean, don't get me wrong, Ultimate Swordsman's, like I say, it's a great, great piece, but it felt a little lackluster in places that they kind of skimped, which is so fucking unusual for XM. But this one feels like they went all out, and I really, really hope the line continues. As I mentioned, xmstudios are doing Storm Riders, so that'll be the next big Hong Kong comics piece, really. No one else has popped up doing anything. I really hope this year XM shows something from, you know, Tiger Wong and Dragon Wong. I think Tiger Wong was shown as like a 3D concept or 3D render, but only the face. which looked really good. But maybe if the sales aren't too good on these, they won't continue. If that's it, then, you know, 2 pieces is fair enough, but I'd love get one more, get Tiger Wong. That would be great. Tiger Wong, Dragon Wong and Turbo Shack would be amazing. But there you go, guys. It's Shibumi from xmstudios. Like I say, only 388. So if you want him, try and pick him up. I'm going to pause again, guys, and then we'll flick over to the other end of the room where I've got Ultimate Swordsman set up. I'll stick Shibumi next to him just so you can see the difference. So here we are, guys, back again up the other end of the room. Quick whirl round. Collection video is coming soon, I promise. And there you go. There's Ultimate Swordsman. There's Shibumi. They do look fantastic together, I must say. Really nicely done. You can really see the size of that Ultimate Swordsman base. You know, it's not super deep, but I always love how well Ultimate Swordsman comes out on camera. All these like purples and that are really not noticeable. It looks better on camera. It's ridiculous. But yeah, I'm desperate for them to make more. I really am. There you go, guys. If you're a Hong Kong comic fan, now is the time to start collecting. 2 awesome pieces. Storm Rider pieces to come. And hopefully, just hopefully, more xmstudio Oriental heroes. And hopefully more xmstudios just doing something a little different. And the only other xmstudios piece I've got is the Darkness. Which is an awesome piece, you know. I don't have any Marvel stuff by XM. And I am dwindling on my Marvel stuff now. But this kind of stuff just fascinates me. It's so interesting and so, you know, well done and different. So there you go, guys. Quick review, 23 minutes, not bad. Shibumi, xmstudios, Hong Kong comic fan. It's a no-brainer. Next review, guys, I don't know when it'll be. There's lots of stuff coming in, but everything's been delayed. First Figures, I was waiting for Jin and Solaire. They've been delayed. Kinnikuman from Prime 1's been delayed. Might be a couple of Pop Culture Shock things in the pipeline, but you never know with Pop Culture Shock. Maybe Zangief. Ultra Zangief might be next. But until then, guys, hopefully I might do a collection video after I've done this. But I think I'm going to have a quick tidy up first. But yeah, if I do, then you'll be seeing it in the next couple of days. There you go, guys. Thanks for watching as usual. Bye.